by the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
They sure are. They sure are. They're good morning and welcome back to whatever this is with me, Cool Frog. And of course, yes, we're here. We're here. We're here for you. We're here for you. We're here to save your day, to make it yet more, just maybe a little bit more worth a little bit more than what you expected it to be. Uh, name of the game. I run this game off chat. If you're in chat, make sure you hit me up and say anything whatsoever. If you're interested, I do open mic. Anybody that's interested and think they can have something that could spark interest in any rate, go ahead and hit me up, and we'll see if we can't send you a link. That's only on you. Hey, beautiful. Good morning to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. I just when you wake up and you usually go about 15 minutes later, you're like, perfect timing to rise and shine this wonderful morning. And what better to do? Go live. Go live. Go talk to the people. See what they want to talk about today. See if they have anything of interest. See if there's anything that any kind of questions we can answer. I really seriously, I enjoyed myself last night. I had a little bit of a watch party. We watched a couple of people, Josh Hawley, and then we watched Senator Kennedy. Now, Josh Hawley, I really, think about it and like, because of the way he was asking about the age limit in the verification use of AI, it really made you start thinking, and it walked you right into the Rumble exclusive where we listened to Kennedy and him reading off of those books. Now, between the two, it really, why are we fucking with kids? Leave the kids alone. Just pretty much what it all come down to is just like, if you can get one thing to work, the other is going to come right along with it, because human beings are perverse for the most anyway. So then when we look at that, we look at the difference between the two, it really makes you start questioning things. Stuff, Squad Bob, anything whatsoever. Puffer P. Good flipping morning. Hope you are well. Yes, we're doing well. We're doing well. You made Squab's day already, Puffer. When the sunshine is risen, everybody be happy. The sun hasn't quite risen here. It's a little early yet. It's a little early yet. And you know how things work when it's this early. Brain juices are just starting to flow. Consume myself some breakfast. Get a reading from Clumsy. an enjoyable reading. An enjoyable reading for what that is. And haven't quite done it yet. The one thing that you have the tendency to regret doing, checking your X account. You just don't know what you're going to come across next. The Vic Times just made a movie called Gender Transformation. Yeah, they did. Lots of real people who were basically forced to transition as children and regret it as an adult. Yep, yep. And we covered some of that. We've covered some of that as time has progressed. Um, Not the show in itself that they created, but uh, it is a good show and very informative for what it is. I think my normal stick with cool frogs that I run at night for the news. When I do those, I do have a tendency. Last night I didn't because we did the watch and the books kind of were enough disgusting, disturbing human beings, mentally disabled, potentially, to go ahead and skip over that last night. I think was okay. As Kennedy, did enough for us. But I have a tendency to cover that topic almost on a nightly basis, because and I know it can be thought of a little different or whatever, but is when I cover it is I cover it from that quote unquote cis white man and that angle from that side of it where we look at it as it's disgusting and disturbing, uh, mentally, just not right. So for what it is, you kind of feel like I do it on purpose to inform the people of what the schools are doing, what the schools are doing to our children. Are you paying attention to what's going on in your school? Who's who the teachers? What kind what kind of information you can get about the teacher, the librarian? Get to know the principal. Get to know every single one of these people. Let them know that you know who they are. Get involved in your school boards and do as much as you can to infiltrate these schools. And I know that can be hard to do sometimes because we're all consumed with getting a job and having all the toys that a person ever wants and this, that, and the other. When it comes to getting into the school to figure out what's going on, it really starts making you uh, pay attention to each and every single one of them. And you'll find those. You'll find those in just what every single school, has tried to go the route of trying to teach uh, CRT as well as transgenderism. Um, it's not so bad around here comparably. When I say comparably, is because got to remember I'm from Minnesota, so the difference between Minnesota and here is quite different. It's quite different. The people around here, there's lots of people, so people are more well informed of each other. You actually say hi to your neighbors, type thing. Amen. Cool Frog. Part of the movie is these kids are being taken away from their parents. To keep them safe, teachers feeling telling kids that parents not wanting to transition is abuse. Um, in some states, when I say that, it's because is currently um, Governor Gavin Newsom uh, of one of those Pelosi shills. Uh, he's family. hmm when he comes down to his disgustingness, going ahead and passing laws saying that that's the case is horrible. Um, we need to stop. We need to stop. We need to leave. Go back and leave those kids alone. Oh, it just when it comes down to it, we really do. We need to leave the children alone. It's unfair. It's unfair to do that to children in any way, shape, or form. Um, and I don't like it. I don't like how far they've actually gone with it. It's very, very disturbing. I'm going to turn that off just for a few seconds. I'm still with you. Again, name of the game. If anything you'd like to talk about, go ahead, leave a comment. I love how supportive y'all are of each other. It's wonderful. What's up, Aaron? How you doing? Good to see you. I was confused about the super bustle. If Superman is super strong, why would exercise do him any good? Well, I would assume that it would help him with his waistline so he can continue to fit into the Spidey suit. I know the Spidey suit is super stretchy, but still, eventually, things once they get too big, don't fly so well. I think that might be half the issue. He doesn't. I've never seen him lifting Superman. His powers probably override myostatin, which limits muscle growth. Look up Belgian blue bulls. Make sure you spell that right to see what that can do. No steroids. Uh huh. Stay away from the steroids. Stay away from the steroids. I know there's a lot of people that like to use it to gain muscle mass fast. It's dangerous. There's plenty of stories out there. I like seeing it too in chats. What? I like seeing it too in chat's frog. I'm confused. I need my people to be happy for me to be happy. Oh, we're happy. It's a wonderful, wonderful day. Today is awesome. Today is great. I believe so. I believe so too. I believe today is a great day. It's shaping up already to be a good thing. And as we walk ourselves through the day, consume those seconds that we all cherish so much. Let's have fun with it, because if you're not going to have fun with it, what's the point? Superman put on a Spidey suit. Why did Superman put on Spidey's suit? Weren't you talking about Spider-Man? Yeah, fun. I would think Superman would be thin as a rail. See, maybe it's the Spidey suit that makes Spider-Man what he is. So if Superman put on the Spidey suit, it would change him in no way, shape, or form. You know, I don't do this kind of talk. What's going on, Squab Bob? Are you feeling all right this morning? I hope Squab Bob's good. Say it really fast. Baby pigeon, baby pigeon, baby pigeon, baby. Superman put on a Spidey suit. Superman put on a Spidey suit. What do we? Which one am I supposed to say really fast? I'm confused. Which one is it? Okay. Good early morning. I was awakened by my security system. At 4 a.m., some guy was at the end of the driveway, just staring at my house. I told him over the intercom to move on. That'd be funny. Misfit, what's up? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Y'all haven't done so already. You know what you should do? Anybody want to guess what they should do? That's it. You got it. You got it. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you've been unsubscribed. I was kind of waiting for it to drop a couple of numbers. I assumed as there's potential of people picking up memberships from other people's channels, that if they went ahead and unsubscribed to the channel, that they would not receive those any longer, as I believe the YouTube has fixed it. YouTube has fixed it where it makes sense to do just that. If you haven't done so, check your subscriptions. Check your subscriptions. You just never know. Check. Yes, smash that subscription button. That's the button that's the one that's most necessary. That like button always helps because it pushes the individual video. But also watching your ads, if and then that you just need to watch the ads because you don't have premium. Purchasing premium helps the person that you're watching and pays them a larger ad form. Oh, that's only for those that are to the point of being able to make ad revenue. So as far as that goes. Now that y'all said hi to each other, it's been 20 minutes, right? I think, yeah, right about 20 minutes. Perfect. I don't even have my studio open yet. So then I have premium ads give me anxiety. Aha. Aha. There's always reasons for ads. That being said, YouTube side of things has changed their ad format. So as opposed to it just automatically being on set to ads, the creator has the ability to click yes or no if they want it to run ads during that show. So I just finally made it into my studio. I clicked on the yes. So now it's doing a countdown. It says ads will run shortly for some viewers. And it's running a countdown. I can click on skip ads myself, and then it would skip playing the ad, apparently. I can skip it for you, or you can skip it on your own. If you skip it, then it doesn't really give the ad revenue. So you should always watch all of your ads. Ads can wake you up if you fall asleep while watching. Mm-hmm. They can. They totally can. I'm thinking about subjects to talk about, but I'm failing. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll all learn together. On this day, 1990, law enforcement series Law and Order debuted. Dun, dun, dun. There's one. Did you do that right? Dun, dun. Law and Order. I didn't watch enough of it, apparently. It's something that I really ever got into. It's National Peanut Day. Should totally make sure that you eat yourself some legumes. If you haven't done so already, peanuts is the way to go. Puffer P, $5 for the fam. Thank you. That's always fun. That was in the sleep. In his slumber, he's giggling and laughing. It's International Chocolate Day. Oh no. What? Where's Vicky? I don't know yet. Yeah, give her some time to wake up. I don't think her sleep schedule's still off. Potentially stay up too late. I don't know. I crashed out right after the show last night. Like immediately. I got done with the show. I turned the chair on, got up, slammed myself down into my bed. I was out. I was out within moments. Yeah, that was in the sleep. For him to laugh and giggle in his sleep is great. Allergic to chocolate. Is it that you're allergic to all chocolate, or you're allergic to American chocolate? There's a difference. There's a difference. The chocolate that we do here in the States is very, very sugar laden. And is it dark chocolate? Does dark chocolate do the same? Because, there's levels to chocolate. Is it a chocolate thing or is it a milk thing? Yeah, see that's also a great question to go along with that, because there's so many things that go along with chocolate. That'd be sad to be allergic to chocolate. Um, or very opposite of that is you just take a big huge bite and drift off. I can have a taste or two. My limits is like a handful of M&Ms, and then I break out in hives. I can't have white chocolate, but not milk or dark chocolate. Uh, then white chocolate it's more almond. So I wonder if it's the nut, more of a nut based thing. It's kind of strange, kind of interesting. I'm trying to populate. If you're waiting for StreamYard, sometimes it takes a minute for things to come through. Truly happy, they say we work through our issues during sleep. My daughter would be, what? Chastising people in her dreams out loud. Scary when I used to walk past her room. The interesting is what they wake up to and what kind of dreams they're having when they wake up. I've had Tadpole rolling around screaming because somebody stole his potato chips. He was so mad that somebody stole his chips. We had to convince him that he was dreaming and that it's okay, and he did fall asleep eventually. To wake up the next morning, can I have chips? Wanted chips instead of anything else for breakfast that day. It's amazing what these kids will dream about. And he was just laughing, so hopefully whatever it was a good dream. Mike, nice. Yeah, I like my hot tamales. I noticed within the last few weeks they changed the sizing of their packaging. They went from 4.5 servings down to 4 servings. The box got a little smaller, and the price went up a quarter for those box candies. Can't remember what white chocolate tastes like. It was yucky when I was a kid, so stayed away from it ever since. Yeah, see, though I don't like strawberries because I'm not allergic to them, it just didn't ever like them. I've always gone back and at least tried it just to see if it wasn't something I just didn't like as a kid. As much as I don't like it. Someone was like, I know for sure. You should go back and try it. You never know. You might like it. Squab bomb. my mom at Christmas would always make an entire table full of chocolate treats and then one plate of almond bark for me. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Nothing wrong with that. Go and snag up the almond bark pretzels and go walk away. Jolly Rancher, Skittles, Starburst, Swedish Fish. Oh, Swedish Fish with Sour Patch Kids. So when you grab into the thing, you don't know if you're gonna get sweet or if you're gonna get sour. Somebody said peanuts, and because you're talking candy now, I grew up in Minnesota, so Pearson Candy Company, which is out of St. Paul, the salted nut rolls. The salted nut rolls where you eat candy corn and peanuts. Tastes exactly the same. Frog is a blueberry, man. More of the pineapple style. Recent years, my mom started infusing half her Christmas treats with can of butter. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Good job, Mom. What's up, Darth? Good to see you. Makes the holidays a little bit more tolerable. I bet it does. I bet it does. So, name of the game. I talked chat. Is there any good stories that you think I should try covering for Stick? If you have any thoughts, have any ideas, you could throw those ideas at me as well. A little can of butter is good stuff. Sure is. Have you talked about Joe Biden in Alaska? Yes. Yes. Jackass. He is such a jackass. He's the worst. He's the worst. We've covered that. What do you mean that sounds hilarious? It was hilarious. We watched it. Oh. I don't really watch the other show. You don't watch my other show? You don't watch the staple of this channel? Oh no, I missed it. I can always rewind. What? Of course you can. Of course you can. Always rewatch. His aunt got loaded. Yes, his aunt got loaded. So many questions, isn't it? What? Well, it's time slot is inconsistent. What's time slot? Whose? Mine? My time slot's not inconsistent. It's either 7:30 or it's 8:30. It's 7:30 for the 3 days of the week because I have the chance to do it early enough. Because people like it a little earlier. Otherwise, 8:30 it is. And you know my format. My format's I do several articles, so then there's several different breaks where I go and I hit up chat and I go and if I decide the next day to release something by itself, I go and I can easily clip sections in between me talking to everybody and me reading the article. Did you guys talk about McCarthy deciding to try to impeach Biden? Yeah, several times. Several times. And he may be potentially successful at what he does. Pay attention, you just never know. Who do you think you are, Tim Pool? Nah. I don't wear a beanie. And I actually have hair, real hair. I don't have to sit there and, you know. I don't want no damn beanie. No way. That's not even. If I was Tim Pool, and I was bald, I'd shave my head completely and own that shit. I don't need no beanie. Just for you, Darth, I should put my orange K for my logo and put it straight on a beanie, and then go sell them. I bet you'd buy one for each day of the week. Twice on Tuesday. On this day in 1996, Tupac Shakur had left us. The hopeful fans insist he's still alive. There's a lot of people that believe that. There's a lot of people that believe that she's still alive. I mean, he was one of the best. One of the best. I know there's always argument. Oh, who's better, this Tupac or Biggie? And you're like, well, they both had their styles. They both had their own ways of doing things. But Tupac, he was like next level. I'd have to say Tupac was better. Eminem's greater than Tupac or Biggie. He was at one time. I agree. He was very good. But I don't know if I'd put him over the top of Tupac. I'd put him right in between the two, with amongst plenty others. But yeah, no. Tupac had next level. Like when he came out and he's like, "I fucked your bitch and the click you claim." I mean, he's doing that, and he's gone that far. And he raps about his own life, and he just like, oh no. He seriously hit it out the park. Then nobody can tell me that Eminem was better than Tupac. Then maybe Biggie. Not was, is. Yeah, I still put Tupac on top. Now, people ask you, what kind of music you listen to. It's dependent on the day. It depends on the day. Tom Petty would be, for me one day. The next day it would be Tupac. It's really dependent on how I felt. Like, that's just how it works. And there's nobody. Those are the top of their games. Both of them, but you know, have fun. What the hell's Wassa? What the fuck is that? Some weird, strange. Are you trying to like Busta Rhymes type? Or is it? I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't want to look it up. His concerts are huge, overseas biggest indoor concert I've ever seen. Tupac, the whole thug life image persona was fake. I doubt it. I know he went to school. He did certain things, and you know, first time we met him was in Digital Underground Humpty dance video where he's a dancer. This is he started out somewhere, but I believe that he's still top. I know he did. I know anybody can look it up. That's what I'm saying. And I still put him at the top. Boss is a singer who's huge. He's has his own label of Red Bull sponsors some of his bigger concerts. Red Bull sponsors almost anything because it sponsors wings. Backup dancer? Oh, yeah. See, gangsters aren't backup dancers. I mean, you grow up in the streets and you go through a few things, and then you go and you go to school and you do some other things and become gangster. I mean, maybe. King Von was gangster. Sure, sure. I still don't know who Boss is. I'm not going to look it up. Sorry. What? Feeling like a giant ball of poo. Hmm. I hope you feel better. That's horrible. It's horrible. It's sad. Name of the game? Ask the ask the question. Throw up the information. We try doing what we can. I haven't really have slacked here this morning and haven't looked through anything yet. I haven't looked through anything yet. Is there anything you think I should really look through for tonight? Anybody see anything good? Congress should be in session. Do one of those one of these days too. just turn something on right here when they got going here. House Republican leaders news conference. Kenneth Paxton stuff. I don't know. I've watched some of it. Some of it was good. The one guy was hilarious. It's been very long, tedious, dry impeachment trial. I think that's kind of why I haven't actually covered any of it, is because of that. I'd rather wait until it's all said and done, but it's not going to be. It's not as exciting as what everybody else is wanting Trump's to be, and there's going to be an awful lot of people watching it, and there's going to be an awful lot of people that are going to be very, very sad. Either way, there's good people on both sides. What? The Libertarian Party is the greatest trolls. Has been co-opted by the fucking commies. Yes, exactly. They filled the conservatorship for Biden. McConnell. McConnell might be in some trouble. Might be in some trouble trying to do anything that he wants. Might be looking at some tomfoolery happening. Some are already kind of, speculating to that. So, be something to pay attention to see as his next term comes up here. Know why Nancy Pelosi feels the necessity to go ahead and still run. Why she feels it's not she's too old. She's been doing it for too long. Anybody that's listening from California, when you go and you vote and you see Nancy Pelosi's name on the ballot, you put somebody else's. If you don't know who else is to put up there. If they don't have the option for you, you put in anybody else. Every single person does that. They're going to have one heck of a story to tell. In 1997, Elton John released a single, Candle in the Wind. Song's been used so many times by so many other people. 1985, Super Mario Brothers was released in Nintendo Family Computer in Japan. 1969, the animated mystery comedy Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? First aired in CBS. Yes, I totally remember watching Scooby-Doo as a kid. Cartoons didn't seem to come out as often. You had the same cartoons for quite some time. Nowadays, cartoons are just everywhere. Most of our politicians are old. They should be shoved in Michigan nursing home. Darth. Yes. During coof season. (1965) Beatles released a single Yesterday. I guess. You can't say two sentences without going. Yeah. But, still at the same time, though we've watched McConnell freeze up a couple times, even last night, when I did the Kennedy speech over on Rumble, because it was so disgusting and so disturbing when you watch that and you see him get to a point where he just stops. He has a problem pronouncing the name, trying to figure out what to call the one person, how to acknowledge them properly without uh, being disturbed, and then told some roundabout backwards questions. For the whole, it's very interesting to see, because you just kind of, it makes you question even him. How old is Kennedy? Senator Kennedy? Because when you look at how old Senator Kennedy is, that'll look up. That'll look up. And you look him up. It says he's 71 years old himself. Now he doesn't look like he's in like bad shape, but he sure as heck doesn't look like he's in good shape either. He's kind of a little older, and the words, as they, those not safe for work words came out of his mouth. You really seriously, you have immediately turned me into how disgusting is that. Now, yesterday, I went and I played that video earlier because I needed to screen it anyway. And so I'm like, oh, this is a Rumble exclusive. And I had to stop several times for Beautiful because she was snapping. It's like that should have been recorded. He's doing better than the opposition. I hope so. Yeah, seemingly competent, but I mean, even when you look at it, though, he's 7 years old. He's been doing this for his life. It's time for term limits. John Neely Kennedy. Could you see him as your president? Come out and tell you how it is. If you want me to watch something, you should go live. You can come up here right now if you want. We'll find something. It's the best time to do it is right now, right? Can't be that hard to find something. 50 minutes before Republican leaders' news conference. So then you'd have, Speaker McCarthy showing up for work. Vivek Ramaswamy calls for shrinking the federal workforce by 75%. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea. You don't need that much, that many people, for what it is for those federal workforce. I mean, cut it big. Of course, talking point to Chai, making it sound like he might be the forerunner for Republican nomination, which greatly could be. Greatly could be. We don't know this. We don't know exactly who's doing what. Though Trump's numbers are the largest up there, doesn't mean Republican RNC needs to go ahead and select him as being the person that's on that ballot. Got to pay attention to everybody. That's a good start. 95 would be better. 100 would be ideal. I mean, you can only go so far before they start pushing back and be like, wait a minute. And then you get this whole big deal. You don't want the whole big deal. Y'all bump that like button for me. $10 both House and Senate are in session. That should be at least both of them will probably be on at the same time. See who's talking, see who's doing what, turn one up, turn one down. Wait for them to do the next thing. That'll be something to have fun with today, for sure. I'm sure there's going to be so many things coming out of that. We'll have some great news day for sure. And I am too consistent. I usually start by 8:30, so be paying attention tonight because the wife works. It's 8:30. That's 8:30 Mountain Standard Time. It's the only time zone that exists. All the other ones are non-existent. I've figured it out. You need to get to bed. Have you not been to bed? Have you been up all night? All day? So you just don't go to sleep? When you do, you sleep for 3 days? Well, news isn't always good. It doesn't mean it's not a good news day. You can have bad news and still be good. Oh, it says out of bed. It does. It does. I read that backwards. Isn't that something? Learn to spell, Darth. Function. Function. There's a C in there. Function. Telling me to learn how to read? Teach you how to spell. Makes it easy, makes it worse. Maybe. So then, streaming broadcast industry CEOs testify before Congress. What's this? Fubo TV Incorporated, National Association of Broadcaster CEOs, and other consumer report and communications that discuss the evolution of streaming services and media consumption before House Energy and Commerce Subcommittee, trying to limit how much media you can consume. That's later today. That one should be interesting to pay attention to. Because if they're gonna start limiting, saying that you can only use so much, doesn't that take away from their agenda for AI to be integrated everywhere? House Democrats hold news conference on gun violence prevention. So, House Democrats, that could be interesting to watch as well. So, lots and lots of things coming out of Congress today. At least mine was just a typo. Okay, good luck with what? Oh, him with his. So. Suppose we can just get ourselves out of here. Been here for an hour. Oh. Is he really?
Coming in, right? So you've got specialized manhunt teams there that, and if you're dealing with a wooded area, which much
They're
of this
saying
is, then you would
they
want to
have
have
him captured.
woodland or some type of camouflage. Those are law enforcement officers, not National Guard.
So the quick thing, that is dramatically different from the Ring doorbell. I mean, Didn't he have a
Yeah,
shaved
he had
head?
he had a
Could that
hoodie
not
on,
have
so
been
you
him?
couldn't
He had a
see his
hoodie on.
hair.
Wow.
You couldn't see his
So it was
hair.
pulled back. So
Yeah, and he shaved. He looked completely different in the shaved pictures with the hoodie on than he did in the in his mugshot.
We must be getting helicopter footage there, I would imagine, at this point, following that capture. Shows you how many assets were on the ground
Yeah.
looking for him. Looks like he's wearing an Eagles sweatshirt, probably took or stole from somebody else. He changed his pants. I remember we heard those were discarded at some point in the process.
But I mean, how terrifying for all the neighbors in that area. They were shutting down schools. They were telling people to secure your property, make sure you have a weapon with you. I mean, I'm sure if, for women out there, I wouldn't want to be in the house by myself.
Right. And think about this, the self-control of all those police officers. You know, they're dealing with a murderer who had them up 24/7 for days. And you know how they feel about him, but they're treating him with respect.
You can see the vehicle says Special Response Team on it. So they've got highly trained units out there looking for him within the cordon perimeter. Obviously, we don't see a rifle on him at this time. I wonder if there was any exchange at that particular moment. There we go. You see at the bottom right-hand side some of the weapons that were used. You got long-range sniper rifles.
Do you think that was the rifle they took from him? Is that a 22?
I don't know. Do you think
it looks like it?
It doesn't look like the rifle that the law enforcement would be carrying. So,
I know.
Chris,
you can see the white.
Is that the manager who knows a lot about rifles, is pointing that one out. That likely
see it. He's holding it.
See it right.
You can see the mahogany wood or whatever kind of wood that is with the scope.
It's got a scope on it.
Yeah.
Could be a 22. That's what.
Wait, and that's his back, his bare back, right? What are they cutting?
Well, I gotta imagine they're also verifying. You could verify with tattoos exactly who he is. They're also, you want to make sure there's nothing in that.
Right.
These are probably pretty standard protocols of what law enforcement is doing. You just usually don't get this kind of shot of it.
You know what? Off the top of my head, they don't know if he's wired with something.
Sure.
Right? So you got to cut him away.
Or if he has other weapons, right?
Right.
Well, you would imagine they would have done an initial hasty search, no doubt. I mean, to pat him down and determine if there was anything else on him. Now that you're booking and processing and transporting him.
You weren't supposed to be watching me anyway.
You see that they're taking photos. Maybe there's a tattoo on his wrist as well, but certainly on his back. These are all things you use as evidence to identify.
I heard in one report that he also committed a crime in Brazil, a similar crime. Has that been verified?
I've heard that too. Again, confirming we're not getting the best on a lot of these people that are crossing illegally.
Right. We don't know much
maybe wanted in their own country, involved in gang activity in their own country. Potentially, we don't know. But this is a pretty dramatic footage here.
Yeah. Thank goodness they caught him.
Yeah. So this was a story that Nate Foy's been covering from the first minutes. I'm sure he's got the update on the ground. He's the one who said they pulled the aviation units out. They pulled the ground troops out, not troops, but the ground units out, police. There was a push this morning, I heard, for the National Guard to get involved. After all, this might be too big for cops. Now, think about this. You're already understaffed. You're already underfinanced. Think about the resources needed, the way people were pulled out of their towns to find this guy.
I'm hearing from some friends here chiming in that these are definitely SWAT teams on the ground right there. SWAT teams wear that kind of tactical camo. They wear them for all operations. They're doing what is called a safety search, is what I'm told. And by the way, in 2017, he killed someone in Brazil. That's what I understand as well. So that was the previous criminal activity. But yeah, you're going to search head to toe this guy before you transfer.
Well, so you killed somebody in Brazil and you still passed the background check here?
Well, there was no background check, Brian, at the southern border these days.
It's an open border, Brian, in case you haven't noticed.
Anybody can come right on through. And maybe we'll help you and get you to the city of your choice.
So this rocked that whole community. The reason we covered this extensively, he was on the run for 13 days. He escaped prison. And then the whole community, the school district, the O.N.J. Roberts School District announced that they were shutting down schools.
The convict, we understand, was in his home.
Yeah, so that's Ryan Drummond. We have him on the phone right now. He's a Chester County resident, and he saw the convict in his house when he broke in nearly 2 weeks ago. So, Ryan, thank you for joining us. Ryan, what's your reaction to this as you're watching the footage?
We are so excited. My daughter actually was the one who saw it first, and we were just celebrating seeing it on the TV. So, very happy. We've had nightmares every night.
Sure.
We've been waking up, so it's much needed relief.
So that was recorded apparently. So, as far as that goes, when you look at it and you see that they caught him, kind of maybe eases up tensions just a little bit in that area for sure. But really, there's a huge warning. What's going on? What? Interesting. Madcore's post about what's going on without moderator section. It's out. Um, they have all been removed and all blocked words. Interesting. I didn't see that. I just seen that now. That's very interesting. You'd see a mass exodus from prisons. Right? Or now they have to step up their game yet one more time around most of these places and make sure that they're secure like they should be. And have yourself staffed. Are they missing staff? If they're missing staff, they need to look around and see if there's anybody that's available. What did I say? I was reading Darth's thing. See a mass exodus into prisons. Released all the inmates doing a hard time. Back child support and non-violent drug offenses. Exactly. Some of those things are ridiculous how they run their show. And because I know that I have to pay mine. Come up here in the next few days. I get paid again through YouTube to go ahead and make another payment. Child support's ridiculous. Doesn't seem like it's child support. Darth has great hair. Do you think so? What would make you think that Darth has great hair? Just curious. Should we bring back corporal punishment? I mean, I wouldn't mind some of it for some, but this is just disturbing. Just disturbing. I think we're going to go away for the morning. Flog people? I mean, I guess. Yeah. Okay. I'll go away. Stop searching love. Countries considered a form of abuse and torture. All right. Well, tell you what. I'll see y'all. I'll be in Discord. Everybody have a wonderful day. And we'll go. Later, everybody.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.